Oh, I am muted. I just found that out, so I'll start over. Only my fourth stream, still learning the gangs, but welcome everybody to today's stream where we will be going over game 2 of the NBA Finals. You know, in the past, in the few streams I've done, it's been stuff like preseason, it's been stuff like Summer League, but I've never quite done something as high leverage as a finals game on a stream, and so I'm excited to do that today with you. And to start, we're just gonna do a quick review of game 1 and just kind of the box score to show kind of what we learned from game 1 ahead of the series. Man, keep it up. Thank you, Tommy, for tuning in. In game 1, of course, we won by a score of 123 to 111. Sidney Lowry, as he has all playoffs long, just absolutely lit the scoreboard up with his scoring. Got double doubles from our dynamic Duke duo, double digits from Andre Stevens and Christian Davidson. Again, if you look at the box score, though, the main thing that jumps out at you is second quarter, we won it by 16 points. And we won the entire game by 12. So what happened in that second quarter? Well, Victor Wembanyama came off the court. He got in foul trouble. You look at his plus minus for the game, he actually outscored our team when he was on the court. But in the 9 minutes he was away, we outscored the Spurs by 16 points. That was the big difference in game 1. Today, I'd like to see the team outscore the Spurs even when Wemby's on the court, because we cannot count on foul trouble throughout this finals series. In terms of adjustments, I don't really have any in mind. I think for the most part, we played well. We could theoretically maybe change up our game plan on Victor Wembanyama, but I feel like a lot of his shots in game 1 were kind of just in that in-between mid-range, and I don't know if there's much he could do to stop those shots, honestly. He's just a lot longer than anybody we have to defend him, and double teaming just isn't very good in 2K, so kind of trying to send some smart doubles. It'll work for you occasionally, but more often than not, it leads to somebody else on the team scoring. So I think game plan-wise, we're going to stick with what we've got. Now, the Spurs are making one change, as I kind of predicted they would. They will be inserting Josh Giddey into the starting lineup for this game. And so that'll be something that we'll have to adjust for. I already have Sidney Lowry as the matchup man for Giddey. They kind of match up naturally, but just in case some lineup shift around, Giddey should be guarded by Lowry whenever he is on the court, or whenever they're both on the court at least. So I think we're ready now to hop into game 2 of the finals. Nashville leads 1-0. Can they sweep the 2 games at home? Let's tune in and find out. Tip will go to Mullins, so our hometown squad will start with possession of the ball. There's a comment in game 1 to put the NBA Finals logo on the court. It is on there, but it does kind of blend in with the color that we have for this court, so kind of hard to see. One thing that I have not been able to find, though I have looked, as Wemby hits the corner 3, is the Spurs have on the back of their jersey a Finals logo, or whereas we still just have the NBA. I've not been able to find the Finals logo in the 2K files yet. Nice alley-oop on top for Lowry, who scores a quick 4 to start this one. Hopefully I can get that by the time the series ends, but I'm hoping I can get it by game 3, but I'll just need to keep looking for it. Wembanyama in isolation pulls up off the mark, but gets his own board and puts it back in for 2. Both superstars taking all the shots. And that's kind of what you see oftentimes in playoff basketball. That's where the volume increases. This certainly has been the case really all postseason for our guy, Sidney Lowry. Giddy with it. Whips it to Kispert in the corner. Spurs finding an open shot for Wembanyama, who splashes home the mid-range. So far, a lot of Wemby. Andre Stevens with it. Running a lot of guys towards the basket. Can't really find anything we like, and we end up just forcing it in there anyway. In transition, Wemby, quick three. Finally, he misses a shot. Well, I guess he missed one earlier. He just got the put back in the bucket anyway. I really think Malachi has to do a better job of taking advantage of the fact that he's got a 6'0" guy on him. I mean, Damian Paul's a solid defender, sure, but Hope's got a lot of size on him. Nice shot by Big Fro Mullins. Mid-range shot for Wemby, another wide open one. All 9 points for San Antonio, coming via Victor Wembanyama. Hope with it. Going up top for Lowry again, and connects for the second time. That seems to be the theme we're going for here early, is trying to find guys on cutting plays to the basket. We've thrown one turnover off, but got a couple of alley-oops. We got to start defending that shot. They're running that every time down the court, and Wemby's getting an open shot every time. Might need to make a defensive adjustment if it's going to continue to be a problem. Hope my camera's in a pretty good spot. I know that where I usually like to put it is where the score is. So hopefully just opposite corner. I'm not blocking too much. That one is a three by Lowry, and then it'll put us on top. 13-11. 4 minutes into the game. Lowry hounding Giddy. All right. Yeah, we got to make it a defensive adjustment. They're running that play every time. They're running that play every single time down the court. All right. Off ball screen. We're going to switch for now. We'll see if that ends up biting us. But, I mean, how many times has Wemby gotten a wide open look on that off ball screen already? San Antonio, I mean, there's a pretty easy counter to this, to switch to a play that, you know, he's getting the screen by a guard, and then we're in real trouble. But Andre Stevens is just going to maybe have to guard Wemby a little bit, because that is... I've already seen that play enough times, and we're not even 5 minutes into this game. Lowry just dribbling the ball and not doing anything with it in the paint. That's not what I would recommend. Williams, he's fouled by Andre Stevens. Williams to the line for two. And Andre Stevens, you know, another guy who has a pretty good size mismatch. I know Williams is a good defender, but just Andre Stevens, that's never really been his strong suit, you know, taking size mismatches in the post. Malachi, nice play, ends up stopping just short of the rim for a little bit of a pull-up. Damian Paul off screen. He's blocked by Pope. Disperts to Wembanyama in the corner. You're going to miss that one. Pope. To Mullins. I mean, I know that play's designed to go on the pop to Mullins, but Pope, if he would have just been more aggressive off that screen, had an open lane. Andre Stevens, nice job with the and one. Andre's definitely had a lot of good playoff moments for us. He has 1 year left on his rookie deal. And he's somebody that's one of the more interesting guys as to whether or not we can pay him past his rookie contract. You know, we built ourselves a pretty good squad here, and you can't pay everyone. Hope at least he's taking advantage of that size mismatch on the defensive end. I don't love this transition stuff, though. It's not the first time he's taken just a terrible mid-range jumper in transition. But luckily, Wemby returns the favor. Now Lowry is guarded by Paul. That's a mismatch and a half. So we find Pope. He was open, but wanted to go to Lowry in a better spot. Respect. Find, frankly, the better shooter. I mean, Pope's really good, but Lowry is our best shooter. And a corner three is always good. And though Paul was right next to him, he's 9 inches smaller than him, so it's not a true contest, really. But so far, so good here. Halfway through a quarter, up by 6. Other than the fact that we've let Wemby get far too many open looks, I have not much to complain about here. Nice. Still there by Powers. He kind of slows down, but he's going to get to the rim eventually. He just went in a straight line. I think he has a block, not a block, a dunk there. But we'll take 2 free throws, although he's not the best from the line. No good on the first free throw. But he splits him after making the second. Wembanyama with it. Hands it to Giddey. Trying to drive inside, but Lowry's shutting that down. Shutting down that second screen. I mean, this is why Lowry is the superstar. I mean, ultimately he gives up the bucket, but I mean, he made Josh Giddey work for it. So the fact that he scores 45 points like he did in game 1 and plays defense like that is why everybody loves the hometown hero, Sidney Lowry, here in Nashville. You got Mullins. There we go. Good feed. And splashing in a 3 is Francis Mullins. Wemby. Pick and roll. Gets to the baseline, and after a couple of pump fakes, scores the basket. 15 points already for Wemby on 11 shots he's already taken. I mean, I thought our offense ran through Sidney Lowry maybe a little bit too much. But this San Antonio offense runs through Wembanyama even more. Off the dribble, Wemby squares up for a 3. And turns this quickly back into a 1 basketball game. Timeout by Coach Quinn Snyder. That'll bring in the substitutions. In comes AC Stevens, Christian Davidson, and Moses Moody. Lowry with it. Swings to Davidson. Pick and roll from the corner. Davidson can't make him pay for not fighting well enough through the screen. Also into the game is rookie Sheldon Starks for San Antonio. I'm honestly a bit surprised they don't start him. Sheldon Johnson off the catch. Missed that long ball. Moody trying to run, but he's stopped by Sheldon. Davidson splashes home that quick 3 off the catch. Very aggressive scorer. Sometimes you love it, sometimes you hate it. That's just kind of that shot hunting archetype that most successful teams have coming off the bench. Because when they're on, they really boost your scoring here. But that officially makes him 1 for 3 to start. Hit his shot off the catch, but he's 0 for 2 off the dribble. Step back for Starks. Too strong on it. Now Nashville takes it the other way. Feed to Lowry. Going inside. Strong take over Giddey. Love it when Lowry's aggressive on his drive. Don't see it as often as I'd like, but he's such a good shooter that I don't mind watching him shoot threes either. Wemby from the elbow. Still getting open shots on that, huh? Andre Stevens. That one's poked away by Wemby. Sheldon Starks. Wide open from the mid-range. And we lead by 1. Moody with it. Everybody's just disrespecting our guy from beyond the arc, but he can't make him pay. Wemby guarded by AC Stevens. He forces him out of bounds. Let's go. Been well documented that AC Stevens has kind of been picked on a bit in this postseason with all these elite big men we've been playing, but holds his ground there. Lowry off the screen, wide open for 3, drains it. I love how many 3-point looks this playbook creates. Wemby, I mean, why are we not switching that? That's literally, it's an off-ball screen. Switch it. It's what the game plan says. Lowry. Just too good. It's been high volume and high efficiency for the 2 superstars in this quarter, carrying both of their teams. Wemby again, just too much space, man. AC Stevens has no chance to guard him, really. And Lowry hit it. Ooh. I love how 2K's got to make all of those close. When in real life, 80% of them are just not even remotely competitive. So, we will have the lead after 1 quarter. Victor just absolutely dominating, but our star is matching him shot for shot. And that's keeping Nashville here in the lead. Starting quarter 2. We've got Davidson, Mullins, Lowry, Augustine, and Pope here on the courts. I believe Lowry is supposed to be out right now. But, I mean, after the first quarter, yeah, Snyder wants to give him a little bit more run, which I cannot fault. Hammonds on the defense. We swing it to Augustine. Nothing's happening this play. Let's come up with something, please. Oh, it's a foul on Starks. I thought it was going to be an illegal screen by Malachi Pope. But we keep possession here. Davidson with it. Gets a screen from Mullins. Fires off of it. It's no good. San Antonio with a chance to take their first lead. Or no, not their first lead. They did lead for a little bit there in the first quarter. Step back from Wembanyama. Pulled it just a little bit offline. 13 for 18 so far for Wemby. Already has 29 points. Nice pass from Lowry, finding the wide open man in the corner. Starks versus Pope, two of the highest profile rookies, especially at that point guard spot. Should be a good matchup all finals long. Pick and roll. Johnson banks it in for two. Lowry, free lane to the baskets. Gets through the help defense. Knifes his way in for the easy layup. On the cut, on the other end, San Antonio with the quick basket. Victor, I mean, the fact that he's that tall and he just can play point guard for you in a pinch just is... It's not fair, man. I mean, he's an insane prospect in real life, but in 2K as well, that's just unfair. So Lowry, get into the free throw line here. Getting aggressive. One of the basket these last couple possessions. Drills them both. Hammonds with it. Finds Wemby, and we actually guarded that play for once. And we actually sent two. I'm fine with just sending one. I just want, if we can get one person to guard him on that, that would make me happy. But guarding him with two people there is better than guarding him with zero. Nice pass by Lowry. And Pope with a finish in traffic. Top of the key, Wembanyama just pounding the basketball. Now he's going to work. But Mullins stops him in his tracks. Wemby, that didn't even look contested. But it was. That one's stripped away for a moment by Starks, but Lowry able to bring it back. Now he gets the three, and it rattles in. How good has Sidney Lowry been tonight? As unstoppable as Victor's been, Lowry's been just as good. Sometimes you just gotta shake your head and laugh, man. But despite, you know, pretty high scoring second from San Antonio, you have not allowed them to take the lead. You have allowed them to tie it, though. Pope off the catch, had space, and he is looking quite good tonight as well. I don't know if he's missed. Pick and roll for Wallace. He gets by Davidson, decides not to shoot though. Help defense maybe scared him off of it. San Antonio gets the three all the same. Lamond to Augustine. Back to Pope. He's firing quickly, and there it is. He does still miss occasionally. And in transition, Williams has a wide open shot. But he's not gonna make us pay. Augustine, looks like we're trying to set up Mullins in the post. I love his confidence, and he has actually beat Wembanyama a few times. I just don't know if that's really our best matchup. Here he's just chilling. And we get the shot clock violation. Gotta do a little bit more there to create a shot than just face up and pray that it goes in. Damian Paul with it. He gets inside. Nice defense from Pope, but it's not going to matter. Sydney with it. Had a couple of guys open beyond the arc. Didn't give it to either. Maybe he couldn't decide. Davidson. Too strong. Now Wemby. Passing it around to Paul. And that's just a bad foul. But it's only Sydney's first, so it's fine. We also aren't really in foul trouble as a team either in the quarter. So not the worst risk. Wemby. Inside. Nice defense by Mullins to force the miss. Lowry the other way. Kicks it to Pope. Out to Davidson. Can he hit this one? When he squares up and he has space, it's pretty much automatic for Christian Davidson. Nice steal by Lowry. Giddy just kind of handed him the ball. Now he's defended by Paul. Just going to shoot right over the top of him. No good. Has Lowry played every minute? I think Lowry and Wemby have both played every minute so far of this half. We'll see if either comes out now. Or am I mistaken? I'm pretty sure they've both played the entirety of the half. I mean, we're in the finals, I suppose, but these guys don't have infinite stamina. And I'd rather have Lowry actually playing well in the fourth quarter. Because the way this game is going, I think it's going to still be a close game here come the fourth. Malachi, baseline, pulls up. Just go to the rim, man. But like, a lot of the things that I wish Pope would get better at, Lowry had a lot of the same early on in his career. And then Lowry this year became a lot more aggressive on the drive. And his just overall shot quality skyrocketed. And I'm hoping we see a similar bump from Pope either next year, maybe it'll take 2 years. Because again, it was kind of year 4 Lowry. Fancy moves there from Pope. You know, Pope's in year 2, so maybe it takes him a couple of years, and maybe he never develops it. He's just a guy that prefers the pull-up. But I mean, he shows some nice finishes, like right here. Oh, he didn't dunk it. But he often will dunk it, you know, off the catch. But he won't dunk it off the drive. And he often won't even get all the way to the rim when he drives. That's maybe the drawback of getting a mostly shooter-heavy team, is your rim pressure isn't as good. But it's been a solid trade-off for us, because we shoot really well from 3. Paul with it off the screen. A little up and under. Gets the basket. The small guy finding himself a couple of baskets on the interior. Lowry, quick shot. Beautiful. Does Quinn Snyder decide to give Sidney Lowry his first rest of the game? Don't think he will. Looks like Lowry might play the entire first half. But this is, you know, a couple minutes now of Wemby being off the court. Key to our game 1 victories. So far, I like it's been pretty even. Hope waiting patiently for Lowry here to fire off the catch. Missing that one. San Antonio with it. Nice pick and roll. Good pass from Kispert. Lowry finds a wide open Andre Stevens. They just decided to stop guarding him. Andre Stevens loves the mid-range, man. I don't know if that's where I'd leave him wide open. He's a little less consistent from beyond the arc, but he pretty much is money from the mid-range. Giddy with it. Swings to Williams. AC Stevens on the board. But Andre was going to shoot again. Lowry off the Pope screen. Another 3. How many threes has he hit in this first half? Probably more than the entire Spurs roster. Giddy. It's that tough look. He's become a lot better shooter here in this series. I don't think he has A+3, but I do think he has A. I mean, Lowry is just on fire right now. Nashville Sound, 12 of 22 from beyond the line. But like, what is Lowry? 8 for 10? Patrick Williams also filling in a bit from beyond the arc. He's missed some few more, but he's also buried his fair share. Andre Stevens. No good. But he grabs his own board. Tries again over Patrick Williams. Misses again. Third time is the charm. And there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Take advantage of the fact that you're a lot bigger than Patrick Williams. Half coming to a close. Giddy. Gonna get the last shot, it appears. Gonna be a tough one over Sidney Lowry, whose defense forces the miss, and Nashville will take an 8-point lead into the break. Pretty high scoring. Defense hasn't been quite where you want it in this first half, but luckily the offense has been spectacular, as it has so often throughout these playoffs. Let's take a look at the halftime report, where these guys won't be talking because I have commentary turned off, of course. I wish 2K made it easier to skip through the halftime thing. I think their halftime presentation is pretty good if you actually have commentary turned on. Getting to hear from, you know, the TNT crew. 35 points for Lowry and 31 for Wemby. Both stars scoring 30 plus at the half. Lowry on pace to put up 70 here in the finals. I mean, what a duel we're seeing here in game 2. before we get the second half started, let's take a quick break and look at the halftime update. 35-1-6, like we saw from Lowry. 7 of 11 from beyond the three-point arc is nuts. Malachi Pope, perhaps on triple-double watch, although 6 rebounds in the second half, I think, will be a little tough for him. He's been good. Andre Stevens, like all of his misses are on one possession almost, but 7 points, just 2 rebounds for Mullins. He has the toughest matchup you could possibly ask for. Davidson, just 2 for 6. But there you have it. Powers playing good defense. Moody's out there. I think I want to make one more adjustment here before we start the second half. And that is on Williams. I want to have tight off-ball pressure, and I want to stay attached to him because he's shooting the ball quite a bit. And I forgot to look at the Spurs. 31-6-2 for Wemby. Patrick Williams, the only other guy in double digits. He only had 2 threes. I swear he hit more than that. Even still, I mean, he's shot 5, and a lot of them are just open looks. So I want to make sure we D up on him because if he starts hitting his open looks, it could become a problem for us in the second half. So that's going to be the adjustment. Let's get into half number 2 here. We are 24 minutes away from taking a 2-0 lead. All we have to do is keep our 8-point lead intact as Paul will throw the ball away to start the third quarter. Powers to bring the ball up here. He gives it to Mullins. Lowry, he's getting doubled here to start the half. You can't blame the Spurs there, but the problem with doubling in 2K is you're giving high-end shooters like Malachi Pope wide open looks off the catch. Now Pope's guarding Wemby, though, which not my ideal cup of tea. Nice job by Mullins to get back onto him and to force the miss as well. Love what I've seen from Mullins in this playoff run. Hasn't been asked to score as much because he has had just really tough defensive matchups every night. And it hasn't been perfect. Oftentimes, you know, his matchup does score a lot. But he really has good moments, for sure. Moments that nobody else on this team is capable of. Pope dribbles it right into Damian Paul. That new animation they have for dribbling the ball up the court in transition. There is some good about it because it helps the guys get the ball up the court faster, but the amount of times I've seen Pope, or just anyone who's doing it, dribble the ball right into the other team because of that animation. It's been a lot throughout this series. Powers. Nice shot off the dribble. He does not often shoot that. Hey, goofy kid. How are you doing? Thanks for tuning into this stream. Nashville all of a sudden up 14 here. Patrick Williams, though, still open for 3 despite our defensive adjustments. Luckily for us, he is not quite on top of his game, though. Illegal screen there. Gonna wipe away a Lowry basket. I'm liking the pace that I'm seeing from the offense here to start the second half. You've had hard times in the third quarter. I know it's been a few episodes since we've had a bad third quarter, but it was so bad that I have just slight PTSD. I'm always still worried about it, and I will be probably for the rest of this playoff run. One more block from Malachi, his 3rd of the game. I mean, Paul, he's just not letting Paul off the hook at all. Mullins gives it to Poe, who pulls up the block into the baskets. Beautiful sequence by our young point guard. Williams with it, takes a tough shot there. I thought the defense was solid, but he's missing the open ones, but he's hitting that. Lowry kicks to Powers, top of the key, rims around and out. Wemby, no good. Another forced miss on the interior by Mullins. I mean, I am so impressed with his ability to contest without fouling. I mean, there's been one game this entire playoff run where Mullins kind of got in foul trouble. Despite the fact that he's been guarding a high-volume interior guy every series. There's some showtime from superstar Sidney Lowry, blowing by his man. Up to 39 points for the kid. Oh, Wemby showing some moves on the other end with the spin into the jumper. Making sure we remember how dominant he is as well. What a dunk, though, by Sidney Lowry. Snyder has now used 3 timeouts. That's one thing both of our coaches, I feel like we always run out of our timeouts before the other team. Even though we're like winning or losing no matter what. We always use our timeouts more. So if I ever want to like manually use a timeout to fix something, we've already used like most of them. So it's hard for me to do it. I don't know if that's like a setting for coaches or something. But Lowry pulls up. Just too pure on that jumper. When he first came into the league, I thought there might be a slight problem with him just getting it off because he doesn't really jump very high, nor is his release point very high. But that has not been nearly as much of a problem as I thought it would potentially be. I didn't for sure think it would be a problem, but it was something a little worrying. But it has maybe slightly comes up every now and then with a contested 3, but he still usually gets those off perfectly fine too, like right here. Gets fouled as he shoots as well. Point number 42 for Lowry. And he splits them, so we'll stay at that 42 mark. Giddey to Patrick Williams. Nice pace there from the Spurs in transition. Augustine with it. I don't think we've seen him attempt a shot yet today. Although that's certainly not a priority for this offense, is to get Ernest Augustine involved. His contributions are usually more of a happy bonus. Wembanyama guarded by Mullins. This time Wemby with the win. Lowry. Back to Augustine. He decides not to shoot. He was kind of deep there. Back to Lowry. That 3 misses. Damian Paul with it. Gets the Wemby screen. Patrick Williams, no good on the three. He has certainly not been shy taking them today. That one tipped away, but not corralled by Pope. I thought he had it. Instead is Paul with it. Just shoots over 3 Nashville Sound players. Would have been pretty surprised had he made it. Pope with the top of the key. Double was starting to come if he held on for just a second more. That was kind of a fancy look from Lowry, but not one we see him attempt often, so predictably off the mark. Sheldon Starks. Just decides to shoot right over Pope. I mean, he has a little bit of a size advantage, but not enough to just try to shoot right over Malachi. Davidson can't take advantage of the Spurs going under those screens. We've now entered a little bit of a drought, but luckily our defense has also picked it up a little bit over this stretch, so San Antonio has not been able to make much of a comeback. What a swat by Francis Mullins. Wow. Just saying no thank you, sir, to that giddy layup. Beautiful. And his reward is getting put on the bench. Get a little bit of rest, kid. Lowry remains on the court. Is he going to play 48 minutes? I think his actual scheduled time off in the second half is the start of the fourth. We'll see if Coach Snyder actually takes him out. Davidson has an open three again and splashes it home. Been very hit and miss, but when he's had the time to square up, it's still been a good day for Davidson. Giddy off the catch. Nice job by AC Stevens to fight on the boards. Lowry being patient, finding the opening in transition and getting the and one. AC Stevens was quite hyped about that one. Lowry, no good on the free throw, though. AC Stevens on the board. Hey, I'll take an extra point. Why not? We're now up by 19. And Wembanyama's off the court. The one difference between Game 2 and Game 1 when Wembanyama's off the court, there was Game 2, they have Giddy on the court when Wemby's off. So it's not quite as much of an advantage for us. Still, I would say an advantage. Moody. I mean, way too much space for him. The last guy from episode 1 that's still on this team. When I did our expansion draft, I knew we wouldn't have too much from that expansion roster on kind of the final form of this team. But just one. I thought maybe 2 or 3. Was hoping at least. Nice putback slam by AC Stevens. Down under 2 minutes left here in the third. Giddy with it. He missed that one. Nice find, Davidson. Ernest Augustine puts home his first basket, and now I believe everybody has scored from the roster. Giddy, hounded by Lowry. Finds Johnson. He hits that. Nice. Respect. Gets it back down to 20. Oh my, Davidson. Almost lost it, but hustled to get it back. Now we're finding Lowry on the cuts. Let's go. Beautiful teamwork there. That pass actually wasn't very good. He had to go up to get it. Almost missed it, but Lowry corralled it and made the tough finish in traffic. We now lead by 23. This is the opposite of problems in the third quarter. This is an incredible third quarter. Stevens fouls Sheldon Starks. He's pleading to the refs. But Sheldon to the line all the same. Oh my, that free throw. That's hilarious that they give a player that good that free throw. That's hilarious. Ernest Augustine going to be charged with the illegal screen. Whose free throw is that? Is that I feel like I feel like I can see the guy shooting the free throw, but I can't remember who it is. I'm gonna have to look that up after the game. Whose free throw that is? Wallace, stop fouling three-point shooters, please. We fouled a lot of free jump shooters, it feels like, this playoff run. Probably something to do with our sliders. It's fine. This game has below average free throw attempts, so if more come via fouling jump shooters, then I guess that's fine. Lowry from way deep. Wrecked it short. But a 103 to 86 score to end three quarters. An offensive showcase. And we really turned up the defense as well that quarter. Allowed them just 26. 26 isn't like an amazing defensive quarter, but it's better than what we've been on pace for. And a lot of those points came right there at the end. Via some free throws. But this is looking an awful lot like a 2-0 Nashville lead to start the 2028 Finals Series. I thought the Spurs would give us a lot of trouble, and they still absolutely could. We're not even guaranteed to win this game still. I think if it gets to 25, we might sim the rest. Or if it's still like 15 plus with just a few minutes, we might sim the rest as well. But for now, we'll keep watching here in the fourth. Because anything can happen when Victor Wembanyama is on the opposing side. And Sidney Lowry does get his first rest of this game. So now this is kind of San Antonio's opportunity to shine. They have Wemby on. We do not have Lowry. You know, I still like, Mullins, Davidson, and Pope. I think that trio can still get us a lot of baskets. And even Moody off the catch. There we go. Find the big man in the post. Guarded by Cason Wallace. Dude, Mullins has had trouble, just scoring against guards in the finals. He's not had a problem in that in his whole career, but he's just missing. He's just obvious post mismatches. Moody, nice find. Cashes in the three. Sheldon Starks misses. Some nice fighting through the screen there to make that shot tough. Pope just needs to hold on the ball for a little bit longer. He's drawn the double teams, but he's getting rid of the ball before they can actually come. Nice find again, and Moody is straight up cash from deep. Didn't see much from him from the first half at all, but he is come to play here in the second, helping us get up to a 23-point lead. Starks. No good. Pope with good defense once more. Pope with it. Now he gets the catch and shoot. Cashes it in. And Nashville leads by 26. Still pretty early. We might watch a couple more minutes to see if San Antonio makes a comeback. But San Antonio doesn't start to bring this down, and we'll probably simulate the rest of this pretty soon here. Starks, much more open on that one. I mean, we forced him to miss a few times, but you can't just leave him that open and expect him to still be missing. Augustine, there we go. Getting involved from beyond the arc. Moody with the steal. No transition opportunity. We'll slow it down. A bit of a pick and not roll. Maybe a delayed roll from Francis Mullins. Moody tried to bank it in. That shot was a little ugly. Ball. Left two open beyond the arc. Davidson misses again. Not been his best night from beyond the arc, and San Antonio with the quick three in response. It's down to 20. Mullins sets the screen for Davidson. He's still firing. Gotta respect it. Miss or make, he's still gonna shoot the next one. The same amount of confidence. Lowry set to check back in. San Antonio unable to really take advantage of the time they had with him off the court. That was kind of their key to come back. It's going to be a very improbable comeback, but if they were going to make it, it was likely going to need to be with Lowry off the court. Damian Paul gets it stripped by Christian Davidson. What was that pass by Ernest Augustine? He just threw a bounce pass right into Victor Wembanyama's shin. Oh, that's hilarious. And one there for Keldon Johnson, but it gets Sidney Lowry back in, so I'll take it. This would make it a 17-point game, but he missed it. Lowry, he's checked right back in. He's firing early. He do not care. Malachi gets the double. Leaves Andre the Giant wide open for three. We're halfway through the fourth now. San Antonio not done much to trim into this lead. We'll say they got to trim it down to 12 by 4 minutes left, or we'll sim from there. No good on the Sidney Lowry triple. In transition, Williams with the miss. Andre, nice defense. Powers inside to Mullins. Now Lowry with it. Double screen. He's 0 for 2 in the fourth. San Antonio needs a basket here. Paul gets the screen, shoots off of it, and Andre Stevens with the board. Illegal screen by Francis Mullins, going to give San Antonio the ball. Wemby with it. Feeds his man inside. It was a good pass. Andre Stevens did not give him much space, but he hit him right on the money. Mullins just left all by his lonesome there. And I think we're going to call that the dagger here, ladies and gentlemen. I'll slow sim just in case San Antonio tries to start making a little bit of a comeback, but doesn't look like it's going to happen. They did bring it within 10, so they made a little bit of a comeback there. But Sidney Lowry, 49, 2 and 8 here. Was not nearly as involved here in the second half. And that's okay. We had a really big lead. Malachi, close to a triple-double, needed 2 more rebounds. Also had 3 blocks tonight, which is cool. You don't get to see him with a bunch of blocks all that often. Francis Mullins, double-double. Andre Stevens, 10 and 9. Davidson did not shoot well, but he had 5 assists. And flipping things over to the Spurs now. We saw another 40-point game from Wembanyama. It took 31 shots, though, which, that's still good efficiency, but felt like we did a nice job trying to make things tough on him here for sure. And Patrick Williams did end up scoring 26, so he did heat up in the second half. So my halftime adjustments trying to make things difficult on him, they didn't work. He had a better second half when I tried to apply more defensive pressure on him. I guess he just likes being defended, is the thing. And that's pretty much going to wrap up the stream today. I didn't have much in mind apart from Game 2 of the finals. I did want to briefly touch on one thing here. I put out in a post yesterday, but just in case anybody here watching this did not see that and is a fan of the Memphis Thunderbirds series, I posed, the question, maybe should we can that series? I feel like just the engagement on that series is extremely low. If you look at what other series that it compares to, it's like my Chicago Bears series, which is the first series I ever did on the channel when I had 10 subscribers. So the fact that it was pulling numbers similar to that is not very good. And so I posed the question. It looks like a lot of people agree to can it. So if you're a fan of the Memphis Thunderbirds franchise, I apologize, but it looks like that series is done. But let's not end on a sad note here. Let's on a positive note. Look how, in contrast, look how good our our Nashville series has done. A lot of love throughout this series, despite the fact that we're, 50 some odd videos in. So I appreciate all the love that this series has gotten. It's been truly fun, and I'm excited to continue and finish off the journey of this team with you all. But that's all I've got for this stream. Nashville takes a 2-0 series lead in the 2028 finals. Looking an awful lot like we might have an NBA championship by the time this season is said and done with. I'll be back with Game 3 here soon. And also Game 4. I don't have another series to go on, so we might just see it 2 days in a row. Who knows? But that episode will be coming out soon. And until then,